What is the worst/weirdest favor a friend has ever asked you for? 1. Walked in on my boss in the men's room. He pleaded with me to help detach his sack from his zipper. I got him free and we never spoke of it again. 2. Co-worker asked me to help him bury his grandfather. Turns out his grandfather was to be buried on their farm and I was the only guy he knew who could use a backhoe. Even weirder, his grandfather hadn't passed away yet, and not only was he walking around and talking, but he brought us out iced tea and Diet Coke while we dug. He passed like 5 days later. 3. I became friends with a female coworker as I was dating a guy who was friends with her boyfriend at the time. She had this weird thing about not pooping around him, to the point when they eventually did long distance. She would visit him for the weekend and hold it in the entire time. We planned a trip together and shared a hotel room with all 4 of us. While her and I were getting ready to go out, she pulled me aside and told me she had to poop so bad but didn't want to be in the bathroom alone because everyone would know she was pooping. She asked me to stay in the bathroom with her while she took a dump so it would just seem like we were doing our makeup. I kid you not, it stank so bad that I'm 100% sure the guy smelled it in the room anyways and we both just looked weird for being in there together whilst she done it. 4. Had a lingering smell of rotten sewage in the house. Was a bit short on money at the time so I called a buddy who can fix anything to see if he could figure it out. He identifies the issue right away and crawls under my house to find a previous owner used drain and must have not done a proper flush so it ate away the main sewer pipe. At least 6 months of poop, pee and food was built up that was probably 4 inches deep. He went to his truck to put on his boiler suit and crawled through my girlfriend's and my dump for 2 hours replacing the rotted pipe. I was down there with him trying to help however I could, but he pretty much did the repair solo. Every time he encountered a thick chunk of dump he would yell up through the crawl hole that my girlfriend should ease off on the corn. Didn't faze him one bit. And he wouldn't accept any form of payment even though I insisted I had to repay him somehow. 5. My best friend is a huge guy. He's 6 feet 9 inches and 250 pounds, but he's incredibly scared of ghosts, and he believes there's ghosts in his house, even though I've assured him numerous times there are not. Every time he has to go in his basement, he calls me to come to his house. He lives alone to go into his basement with him while he does whatever he needs to do down there, like getting stuff out of storage, flipping an electrical breaker, etc. Even if he only has to go down there for a minute or 2. We're in our 20s, and as funny as I think it is, every time he calls me to come with him to his basement, I always show up anyways because that's what friends are for. You would never think such a huge man would be so scared to go in his basement alone, but I love him regardless. 6. I walked past my brother at somebody's house and he leans over and says gently step on the purple pig. I was like what the hell and kept walking. Then I see this little rubber pig laying in the dirt, so I gently stepped on it like he said and it made this delightful little snort, so I chuckled and kept walking.